Chapter 3. The Mirror in the Cellar Hollowing. Episode 3. Layla had always hated the cellar. The ceilings were too low, the air too still. Even before they moved in, during their first walkthrough, she'd felt something down there watching from the shadows. But today, she found herself standing before the old wooden door again, one hand on the handle, the other gripping a flashlight. The smell of damp earth leaked through the cracks. The door creaked open. The light switch inside had never worked. She descended slowly, each wooden step groaning under her weight. The beam of the flashlight caught dust swirling in the air like ash. At the bottom, the temperature dropped noticeably colder than the rest of the house. She swept the light across the cellar. Rusted tools, old furniture draped in sheets, the remnants of another family's forgotten life. The strange part wasn't that it was there. It was that in its reflection, the cellar looked wrong. Then she saw it. No furniture, just the empty cellar. Long hair draped forward like wet rope. Just stairs winding down forever and mirrors stacked like bodies along the walls. One of them cracked as she passed, and a voice inside whispered, "You left us behind." A mirror. "There are too many now," he said to Layla. It opened into darkness, no more than 2 feet deep. But when Mira shone her flashlight inside, the beam didn't return. The darkness swallowed it. There should be 11 upstairs, but now there are 13. They don't lead anywhere. It hadn't been there before. But when she insisted and brought him down to see it, oval-shaped ornate frame cracked slightly at the edges. It leaned against the far wall, partly covered by a gray tarp. In the mirror, there were no tools, and someone standing behind her. "She's mad you moved her things." Layla whirled around. Nothing. But when she turned back to the mirror, the figure was still there, pale, barefoot. Something about it felt wrong, like the angles didn't match reality. He opened its creaking doors, of a mirror that didn't show his reflection, but someone else's. Someone smiling with his face. Someone who blinked a moment too late. She turned off the flashlight. The mirror still glowed faintly. "Back upstairs," she told Peter. He laughed it off, said maybe it was a trick of the light. The mirror was gone. Instead, in its place, was an old wooden wardrobe. Neither of them remembered moving, smiled wider than any human mouth should. And then it pressed its palm against the inside of the glass. That night, Mira dreamt of the cellar. But in her dream, it had no end. She woke to a cold hand gripping her ankle. Nothing was there. Meanwhile, Salem began counting doors. At first it was a game, but by Thursday, he was frantic. One of the extra doors had appeared just outside the linen closet. That evening, Lena spoke in her sleep again. "She says it's almost ready." "Who is she?" Mira asked gently. Lena shook her head, lips trembling. "The girl on the floor." Peter had been having dreams too. Able to sleep, he returned to the cellar. The wardrobe was still there, and found the mirror again. Only this time, it wasn't leaning against the wall. It stood upright on its own. The surface rippled. He leaned in. His reflection leaned closer, but it wasn't copying him anymore. The reflection raised its hand after he did. Peter stumbled back, heart pounding. The cellar light blinked once, then went out completely. In the pitch black, he heard something breathing just inches from his face. When he managed to crawl back upstairs, Mira was waiting. "You saw it, didn't you?" she asked. Peter nodded, shivering. "Then it's too late." That night, Lena's drawing changed again. The house now had a second cellar, and in it, a mirror with no reflection at all. To be continued.